Yeah, I'd like to thank the Chairman and Ranking Member for the time. Sir, welcome to the committee, and we do appreciate your presence here, and do want to observe that it is the protocol to be respectful to all of the witnesses who appear before us. So I want to let you know that I personally make that commitment, and thank you for your presence, and thank you for your hard work on behalf of the American people.
Thank you.
If Congress didn't reauthorize the Ex-Im Bank, would there be a job impact? Now, I don't want to try to hit you, put you on the spot and say how many jobs, because, of course, if you know, that's fine, but I wouldn't expect you to know. But would there be a job impact, and can you kind of describe what it might look like?
Well, it would be a large impact. Last year, as I mentioned, we've supported 164,000 jobs. I read a letter from Don Nelson that talks about laying off as many as 50 to 60 employees. I visited a company in the State of Illinois, the Matthews Company that makes grain silos. With our support, instead of laying people off in the winter months when there's not a demand in the United States, they do exporting. So sometimes I get questions about support. We support, that way he keeps his employees around year-round on a 12-month basis versus having to lay them off for 4 or 5 months a year. So all those jobs would go out the window.
Now, do you think there'd be an impact in the manufacturing sector?
Well, this grain silo is a manufacturer. Don Nelson is a company that manufactures. I was talking to Congressman Ginta about a company in New Hampshire that's now 90% exports. We work with a company in the Congressman's left, Florida, sells medical supplies, medical technology. He's 90% exports at this point, and we help them finance their insurance to places like Egypt, Iraq, Sri Lanka, very difficult markets where he cannot get private sector insurance.
If you don't mind me interrupting for a moment, I have a business in my district which is an engineering company that does business in Senegal, employs a number of people, not just engineers, and they have nothing but good things to say about the help they've received from the Ex-Im Bank. So I can tell you from my own district, the work you do is well appreciated. Now, Mike, here I have a question for you. Now, there's been some questioning that is implied that this committee has asked the Export-Import Bank to do certain things, and there's some implication that you didn't do them. Are you aware of any outstanding demands that the Ex-Im Bank has yet to complete that they've been charged with?
Well, this hearing was originally on mandates. The last hearing was on the requirements of the 2012 reauthorization, and I brought with me that time a stack of every single report the committee asked for, a copy of the report, and the date we submitted it to the committee, whether it's on defaults, the Federal Register, the textile report, a small business report, every one of those that were enumerated, we have complied with and sent copies to this committee.
Yes, I'm looking at a document here that looks like kind of a list of all the things we've asked you to do.
Precisely.
I see the word closed or responded after a lot of them. Fully implemented is commonly observed, and it looks like you've been doing what we asked you to do.
We got 16 recommendations from GAO. For example, we have complied with 15, and we're working on the 16th.
Yeah.
Some of them were received more recently. They're not all received in 2012, obviously.
Yeah, I understand. So let me ask you this. So in 2002, Congress has directed the bank to promote export of goods and services relatable to renewable energy sources. And although it's not explicitly part of the bank's charter, since 2008, appropriators have included language directing the bank to make available not less than 10% of its aggregate authority to finance renewable energy exports. What type of financing does Export-Import Bank make available to exporters of renewable energy products?
Most of the work we do with the renewable energy sector has been on guaranteed loans to foreign buyers, wind turbines in Central America, South America, solar panels in India. There's a solar project in South Africa. So they're usually guaranteed loans so the foreign buyer chooses an American product versus solar panels from Germany or China or Japan and so forth.
Does that help domestic makers?
Well, one, it puts the jobs here. Two, it provides them with sufficient volume that they also can provide those products here as well.
Yeah. And Why are the loan terms generally longer for energy projects?
Well, by international agreement, the renewable energy can go as long as 18 years. That's the global standard. So to be consistent and a level playing field, we provide that as well.
I want to thank the gentleman and yield back the time that I think I don't have any more left.
That is accurate.